Well, July 29th has come and gone, and millions of us have downloaded and installed and upgraded to Windows 10, and I hope you had a great experience. I wanted to share mine with you in this video. So I had 3 devices that I'm upgrading or did upgrade to Windows 10. My gaming PC, a Parallels virtual machine, and also an Acer Aspire Switch 10. So let's go through my experiences with each one. It was not painless for me. I actually had some issues that I ran into, and I'm wondering if you have run into any of these issues or know somebody that may have had one of these issues. So let's start with the gaming PC. Now, my gaming PC is a custom machine I built in October, 2 years ago. It's got a Intel i7 4770K, 32 gigs of memory and SSD, 850 watt power supply, and a Radeon 7950 graphics card, which is due for an upgrade somewhere down the road. On this machine, I checked Windows 10 had downloaded, but it didn't do anything. And so after doing some research and looking at the Windows update history, I had received an error that was like 802.40020. And that turns out to mean that the download was either corrupt or incomplete. The solution was to go into the Windows folder. There's a folder in there called Software Distribution, and then there's a folder within that called Download. Wipe everything out, and then run the Windows update utility, which I did through the command line as a machine administrator. It worked, took off, did the upgrade, very painless, wonderful experience after that. So super duper on that. Machine number 2 is my Parallels Windows 7 virtual machine. Now throughout the day, I use that for work. Well, I always had this little, that little program running that get Windows 10 now where you reserve your copy. Well, on the morning of the 30th, it wasn't there anymore. And it turns out that it was running in what was called reduced mode. So after doing some research, it turns out that there was Windows 10 doesn't like the Parallels video display driver. And Parallels is working with Microsoft, but there is a workaround. It's very, very simple. What you have to do is download the Windows Media Creation tool and then run it as an upgrade after making sure you're running the latest version of Parallels, which does support Windows 10. The upgrade then proceeded normally. So again, it wasn't automatic, had to deal with that. Now, I don't expect that's a big problem for most people, as most of you are not running Parallels virtual machines. Device number 3. This took a little bit more patience than what I normally have. So I got an Acer Aspire Switch 10 in, that's a review unit. I purchased it as a refurb. And as soon as, it was running a 32-bit version of Windows with Bing. And as soon as I got through first boot, the opportunity to upgrade to Windows 10 presented itself. I told, let's do that. And then it wanted me to restart the computer. But instead of installing Windows 10, it had 36 updates to the OS that it installed first, of which all but 5 failed. So I thought, boy, I'm going to be in for a long day with this thing. So, second attempt, what did I do? Well, hey, I decided to clear out that folder I talked about earlier, your Windows software distribution download folder, cleared that out. And then I used the Windows Media Creation tool like I did before. It downloaded Windows 10, started the install, and got stuck at checking for updates. For almost 2 hours, it would not update. I finally aborted that, and then I went ahead and I cleared out the folder again. This time, I just used the Windows update. I did a reboot, ran the Windows update, and this time it downloaded and finally installed. So 3 attempts to get Windows 10 on this machine. Now, mind you, the Aspire has an Atom processor. It has a 64 gig SSD in it, so it's not crazy fast or anything. It took a long time, but ultimately it worked. So none of the machines that I upgraded was it a painless automatic upgrade. Each one had its own unique set of problems. Now, in all fairness, you can't really say much about the Parallels thing. Again, this is something most people will never run into. But as being a fairly technical person, if I run into issues upgrading to Windows 10, I wonder how many people out there who are not technical have not received their upgrade to Windows 10, maybe because that 820.400.20 error which doesn't tell you much. There could be millions of machines out there just waiting to be upgraded and won't be because of a simple error. I just wonder about that. So I want to hear about your upgrade experiences, how it has went for you, in the comments down below. Bruce Naylor, take care, everybody.